Hi chat, welcome to another stream. How we all doing today? It is Monday, the 30th of September. We can all wake up tomorrow. And September ends. Yeah, and we're back for yet another stream. The plan for today is to work on some Prigment stuff that I was planning to do last stream, but then did not. So we're gonna do it this stream. Let me say hi to everyone who's here, and then we will jump into things. JJMC was first. Hello, hello. Mr. Swats, good to see you again. I hope you're doing well. Eric is back. How you doing? Hello, hello. Andrew Lanex, it's been so long. I hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Polymathic Man is also here. How you doing? Blasferna, hello, hello. It's already October 1st for you. Well, then you can wake up already. Easy. Griffinborg says this stream is too friendly to Europeans. We fought wars over this already. I mean, I don't know. It's like midnight in what, UTC 0, or is it 10? I don't know. How do I time zones? Heptify says you is sexy Andrew. Are you talking to Andrew Lane X? Grab his iPad. Thank you for the resub. I'm a preschooler at Anthonk Academy. It's true. Thank you for the resub at, holy shit, 48 months with the 48-month streak at the same time. My goodness, Graham's iPad, it's been so long. UTC Plus does not exist. If only, right? And Griffinborg has resubbed at 26 months with Prime. Thank you for your Prime sub, Griffinborg. Appreciate that. It's past midnight in Eastern Europe, not in CEST. Griffinborg says, yeah, 48 months is cool, but have you seen my 26-month streak? I don't even think yours is a streak, Griffinborg. Yours is just 26 months. It's a little bit different. Hept5, hello, hello. How you doing? I think I pretty poorly represent the Latino community on Twitch because I'm not. 26 months, 1 month streak, 26 months for short. True. There you go. That does remind me, Hepta5. I've been getting back into running, and I've joined a running club. I swear this is related. I promise. And I've started going to most of the running meetups. There's one on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Sundays. And last Wednesday, what is usually a casual run, in air quotes, because the person who runs it has a not great time at maintaining a casual pace for everyone. But that's a whole different problem. But we showed up for Wednesday, and it's outside of a running store, and like they basically are like, come inside, you gotta do some stuff before today's run. And I'm like, what? And they're like, yeah. Surprise, surprise, today's run is actually a Hispanic Heritage 5K run. And I'm like, oh, I didn't, okay, I guess today is a race. I wasn't preparing for a race. And they're like, it's just casual. It's isn't, we're just calling it that, and you can just run your normal casual pace. But they had a different route, and it was actually kind of fun. But anyway, I did celebrate Hispanic Heritage Month, Hepta5, and I was thinking the whole time, I'm like, yeah, I'm repping Hepta5 right here. One of my Twitch viewers would be so excited about this tiny thing that I'm doing. Grimborg says dudes will say it's casual and then spend the entire workout in zone 4. Yeah. But this is actually not a dude this time. This is a woman who is poor at pacing. But whatever. I don't blame her, and I can keep up, so it's fine. But my Twish name says I'm here to say hi and chat. Hello, my Twish name. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well. Hogwarts KFC manager says, have you used GraphQL? Yes, I have. Was I happy with GraphQL? No. Mostly because implementing the backend for GraphQL is a royal pain in the ass. Internet says we're proud of you, Antonio. Ayo. Grimmark says, in my experience, women are much better at pacing. Yes, I agree. Just, I mean, we're gonna make somewhat generalizations. That's been my experience too. Sorry to be sexist, not sorry. I mean, I think like, I don't think this is a sexism thing here. I think it's pretty much a trend, and shitting on gym bros is a tried and true pastime. I'm all for it. Meat sauce, hello, how you doing? All right, so we got a notification to start off. We got here. Very useful. You know, you can run the test locally. You don't need to print debug in GitHub Actions. Oh well, what are you gonna do? I apologize for not being sorry. Ew. What am I doing in sync? No, that's not me. Wondering if it's possible for me to have one server HTTP REST in an app store, one server using GraphQL, and one backend DB, so 3 different Docker containers. Sure. Yeah, nothing's stopping you there. I don't know if I would. The sync is clogged. That's not where your containers go. Ew. Yeah, no, there's nothing stopping you from having, you know, different interfaces to a single database. Happens all the time. Would I recommend it? Maybe not, but what are you gonna do? Easy light. Hello. It's going. So this got updated last time, I believe. Use when running the hook and not during installation. This should only be relevant during installation because that's when the build happens. Okay. What about for hooks that just call go format? You know, the Rust toolchain gets grumbly when the versions match. Does something like this survive? Repo local. No. Hooks. ID go fumt. Name go fumt. Entry. Is it just go fumt? I don't even remember. Or is it go space fumt? Let's see. We have a Go project. Setup tools. Go. Just a copy paste it from here. Right? Then I have to type it all out. Yeah. But I'm gonna change the language there to Goland. Why is that system? Seems weird. Because I feel like this runs in Prigment CI. Oh, right. Because in Prigment CI, there is actually a Go install. So it does work for the wrong. Yeah, we'll just see what that. Fifth Avenue TV says, "Howdy, sir. How are we feeling today? It's going. Long day at work. But I'm doing all right. Things are happening. Why not recommend? I'm just not a fan of GraphQL in general. Look at my room. Probably did now. I don't see it anymore. I just don't really like GraphQL personally. It's very convenient for your front end in that like you can query whatever the fuck you want, but it's a nightmare to implement from like a security perspective because you need like all sorts of weird access control stuff that's just not easy to reason about, but also from like a load normalization perspective. The query pattern of a GraphQL endpoint is wildly unpredictable and could change at any time from like a action at a distance front end change, and like you might suddenly end up in a situation where you know your GraphQL endpoint is making a hilariously expensive query on a minor tiny query change. But I don't know, from like a scaling and security perspective, I just, purpose-built REST APIs tend to be more predictable and a lot easier to manage from that perspective. Anyway, Grimborg says, a rare serious question, is Docker Hub still a thing, or do people use a mix of GitHub's GHCR and their own infra to host containers? I assume you mean images, because all of these container registries are actually image registries, and we're being pedantic, but they all fucking get it wrong for some reason. It drives me nuts. A lot of people still use Docker Hub. A lot of people pay Docker a shit ton of money to use Docker Hub. And I learned a fun thing today, or not yesterday, Friday. I learned a fun thing. If Docker Hub is down, Docker buildx build does not work. Because the first thing that Docker buildx does is it downloads a buildx image and then runs inside of that. I sort of knew that it worked this way, but I was more surprised that when Docker Hub was down that I couldn't build a fucking image, even if the image didn't depend on anything on Docker Hub. That was a bit of a mess. But I am proud to say that I put in work, I don't know, a year and a half ago in Sentry's CI to not depend on Docker Hub at all. Like if Docker Hub is down, you should still be able to run CI, merge, and deploy. And we were still able to run CI, merge, and deploy without Docker Hub being up. So that was a little bit of a success. The rest of Sentry's services didn't do so well though. Falcon Akira, thank you for the follow. Welcome. I hope you're doing well. Viscount Thanos is also here. Hello. Meatsaw says, what part of Precommit was the most challenging to implement? Most challenging or most annoying? Because I don't know that any particular part of Precommit was difficult. There's like, I could talk to you about the most complex part of Precommit, or the part that has had the most like bit drift over time, like breakages. The staged files only is the most complicated part of Precommit, because it has to deal with all sorts of like weird platform breakages, and Git being funky and lots of bugs in Git. I think the most like annoying thing over time has been particularly languages. Like Go has been very fiddly and breaks in weird, surprising ways over time. Node.js is broken a lot, but not really necessarily my fault. The Rust integration is strange. I don't understand it very well, but something about it is also pretty fiddly. But yeah, YAML config, outdated version. Good to see you, Grin. Hello. The issue template is a funny one, Griffinborg. Yeah, people fucking suck at reporting issues just in general. But I don't know. I don't think any part of it was hard. Like difficult hard. Organizing a bunch of clever bits together. Harder to crash GraphQL, yes. Because you're essentially caching the output of a parsed query, and like, well, if you even parse the query, because most of the caching there. Dumb query input, blob output. The strict no.yaml rule, oh my god. I really hate that it's .yaml and I'm not fucking changing it. It like drives them up a wall and I'm like, I don't care. Yeah, I miss the bar, it's my problem. You can actually use precommit config.yaml, but none of the tooling is going to help you with it. You're gonna have to use --config everywhere. You wanna fight convention, by all means, go for it. Have you considered DynamoDB with GraphQL? I have used GraphQL with DynamoDB. Yeah, I don't think that doesn't change the like issues. In fact, in a lot of ways, it makes it more difficult because you have to build memory joining instead of the database handling it for you. Yeah, DynamoDB GraphQL is a very easy way to end up with like one small query making thousands and thousands and thousands of Dynamo requests. Not to mention potentially costing you a shit ton of money in the process, because DynamoDB is not necessarily cheap. depending on how you query it. But yeah. That extra A takes too long to type. Well, such is life, right? Grimborg says, I used to use a tool which often takes up entire government supercomputers at a time that for no reason has a soft convention of having the extension at the beginning. Introducing YML.precommit Oh my. Nothing could go wrong with that. Nothing at all. Kabisa, hello. Welcome to the stream. How you doing? Alright, so the thing I wanted to work on today. Oh, dang it. I got to inbox 0 and then someone immediately ruined it. And I haven't replied to them in days. Hello? Oh, I got this funny issue today. Yeah. From Dark Juggalo 23. Don't click on their links, but I'm pretty sure this issue here, which has a hilarious name. I love the name of this random issue here. Don't click on this link. I'm pretty sure this takes you to some spam bullshit, but I did think this was funny. Free if you put in work. Yeah, story of everyone's life, isn't it? Anyway, I don't know why this icon has been pretty bad about being up to date, but I guess now that I refresh, it's fixed. Cool. Kabisa says, my country is getting bombed right now. This is crazy shit. That sucks. No one should have to deal with that. That's fucked up. CI.precommit says meat sauce. Oh no. Story of open source. Yep. Basically. What the fuck was the one we're working on? This one. Okay, so last time we did the rest of step 1. Well, yeah, we did the rest of step 1. We need to do these steps now. Although maybe, in theory it would be nice to release this first, but I don't care. We're gonna do these ones. A warning is shown for configuration using the old stages name. A warning is shown for repos using the old stages name. Do this in install time. Okay, so we're gonna start with this one, since it should be pretty easy. Crazy thing, I'm not hearing anything, but they just started ground. You're in Lebanon. I see. Unfortunate. Well, hopefully you're safe. And yeah, there's not much more than I can say than that. Like, it is a tragedy that you're not safe in you can't feel safe in your own home. No one deserves that. All right, what was I doing here? Something funky. Monday stream and D&D Dormus. Hello, how you doing? Alright, warnings for deprecated stages. So, the easiest way to do this is in client lib. But the question is how? Because how do we deprecate this only in the user's configuration? I seem to remember there is a way. I am surprised that you are allowed to overwrite things here. Like, what is the meta hook set as stages? Where do those live? Meta hooks? Where do these come from? Where's your configuration? How does this work? I don't even remember. I guess I can find get grep check hooks apply. Oh, it's literally in here. Check hooks apply. Oh, it doesn't set stages at all. Hmm. Ready. Option E. Blue. Ah. This is defaulting to all of the values there, and then defaulting to the manifest parsing. So this should probably say, these should probably have stages, but maybe not. Maybe not for this one. These ones should. That's a whole different problem. Ormus says, it's been a long day, but I booked my first flights to an overseas client today. I'm working from Norway for a week. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. It's funny, I haven't updated the MOT or the today message for 3 streams, but we're hopefully finally doing it this time. Surely. Surely this time. Okay, yeah, I think this is what I want here. Config hook dict. Yeah, so these don't get applied to the manifest hook dict because they're not actionable for people. So we will make a thing that we put in both of those. But I am surprised that we don't have that for the meta hook dict too. In theory, we should. I mean, somebody could do this, right? Repo, meta, hooks, identity, files, test/star. And there's no warning, but it should have one. And if we put this into here, now we have one. So yeah, we should probably apply this to all of them. Stages migration is this. Oh, is manifest hook. Okay, that makes sense. This is already handled there. Actually, it looks like we already started handling this. And it looks like we can actually just produce our proper warning here. Although this is backwards, so we probably have to do it the other way around. Worth adding a message every time the user has a repo local? No, as much as I like discourage it, you know, if you're using it, you kind of know it's hacky already, hopefully. Okay, but we already have one bug to fix that's not related to the one we're fixing. Shmuel, hello. Test client lib. Oops. /star. That's the config hooked. A local hook, we have one for meta hooks. We probably don't actually want that. Thick repo dict. Oh, what the fuck? Oh man, I guess this is the first time I've triggered filter keys on this computer. Scared the shit out of me. What the fuck? It's off. Hello? What kind of bullshit is this? Why are these all on, but this is off? Stupid ass thing. Lock shortcut keys when pressed twice in a row. Wait, what? You can have toggle? How does that work? Wait a minute. So you're saying if I do shift, it's caps lock? Lock shortcut keys when pressed twice in a row. Seems like fake fucking news to me. And this actually sounds kind of funny. So if you could do like control A. No, it doesn't work. Garbage ass feature. Anyway. Sticky keys, yeah. I don't like that Notepad now saves all my previous shit automatically. I don't really like that. If you press shift 5 times, it pops up asking you to enable it, doesn't automatically enable it. Yeah, that makes sense, but like, it should be off by default. There's no reason for sticky keys. Paper C, hello, how you doing? We're working on improvement today, but for real, I promise. No, we are actually. But yeah. Where is meta? Yes, this is the actual change that we're making, but we'll discard that. Now, how does meta get applied? Okay, so we just need to make a repo meta hooks ID identity. Not literally. Files dir/star.py. Yeah. The files field in the hook identity. So that should be a failing test. And if we copy paste this to the meta one here. Hooray! Sensible regex for meta. Also apply sensible regex warning for repo meta. For real, yep. What did you change? Cool. Alright, one change set done, but not the thing that I wanted to do. Another one? Oh, there's gonna be another fucking print debug. Christ, just fucking... Just fucking use a debugger, my guy. Do this offline. You don't need to share this with the world. Ugh. Right, we should be able to auto merge this one. But actually the next change I kind of want to build on top of this because there's a series of checks that we want for all three types of repos: the meta hook, the config hook, and the local hook. Oh yeah, this comes from manifest. Like, why doesn't this one have the stages thing? Get about adding the Copilot button or muscle metal. Remember, we click the notifications. Yeah, they almost certainly do that on purpose. Kind of annoying. I feel like they should have put it over here. But also, like, who the fuck is gonna click this button? Why? Why is it there? I can't imagine ever actually intending to do that. Oh yeah, we figured this out last time, why Go pulls in everything. I don't remember what it was. I don't remember the right fix for it. But here I should fix that at some point. Is it even the slowest thing though? I'm surprised. I feel like this one's gonna be slower, but thanks for contributing to the conversion metric. Yeah, every product manager is like, fuck yeah, let's go. Give me those good numbers so that I keep my job. Okay, so we gotta sit here and wait for a little bit. But we can start writing the actual bits, I think. Oh, but the annoying thing. The annoying thing is this stages migration bit is gonna fix the values by the time that these would run. At least I think that's how it works. Let's see. Oh, we already have a teed up high here. We don't need you anymore. We were working on Pregame today, but for real, I promise, maybe not. So default stages empty list. Why does it say no default, but then there's an empty list? I guess because it extends the default and it's just a little bit clunky, but it'll go away eventually. Migration no default. Oh, meaning that the default is empty. But this is the default otherwise if there is no value. Okay, yeah, that makes sense, I guess. How do these things work? Cool. actually run these? Let's just validate with the object. So if we do ID and then stages commit, what is this going to do? Validate missing schema. There's the old value there. What if we do, okay, so the validate will have the old value. What if we do apply defaults? What is it going to do there? There's the updated value. Okay. When can I redeem my 100,000 bounty points for a 24/12-hour stream? I haven't done one in so long, and it's been disabled for so long. I probably will turn it on at some point, but I still owe one from 4 years ago. So yeah, it's I don't know when it's coming back, but it will at some point, I promise. But I don't think anytime soon. But that one was specifically for my brother, and I feel like he wanted to do something at some point. But we haven't done that yet. There you go to sleep. Sounds good. Well, thank you for stopping by. It's good to see you again. I hope you're doing well. And I will see you around. Probably be back in a few months. Sounds good. Sounds good. Good to see that you're still around. And I hope you have a great sleep. That finished. Should be able to. Warning for old stage names. Okay, so we can just do a validation at any point, and that's fine. So stages warning. Which will just doesn't need to do deprecated stages warning. Yeah, sure, we'll no up name tuple. Check self predicts or any none. I guess it should have key. That way it matches the other things. If self.key not indict, return. I should probably just should probably just inherit it should just inherit this one and do the warning stuff, I guess. Oh, but we need all of this behavior, but not this behavior. Okay, so it'll be its own thing. Ah! A little duplicated code, but it'll go away eventually. Check self. Right, same thing out for the second time. Self.key not indict, return. Key. Wouldn't this be check string? I feel like this should be check string. Why is that check any? It should be check string. I don't know why it's check any. Ah. So not that line, this one. Yeah, very unclear why I wrote check any there. I guess because it doesn't matter. Yeah, I guess it doesn't matter. Because it's a choices check. So check any is fine. Yeah. Okay, and then so we need to collect all the ones that are deprecated. Look, Time Lord, hello, IRC success. Grandma's iPad says, were you ever one of those, I'm gonna spend weeks on choosing a font and color scheme people, or have you always just used the defaults? No, I'm pretty much defaults. I will spend a bit on character creation screens, but not like, some people spend fucking hours. I usually just click random until I find something that looks either reasonable enough or goofy enough or the vibe I'm looking for. So yeah, I don't spend that much time. The internet on this train is better than my hotel. Nice. Nice. Eat Sauce says, what kind of syntax is it on that line? Where? Which line? What number? Is funny joke. This line? This line? What number? Like, I don't think there's anything special. The only like strange syntax here is the type annotations, I think. This is the one. Oh, I mean, this is a little bit strange, but this is just a function that returns a function that's being called. Nothing special here. This is just a function. Happens to be a function. Yeah, so this is a helper function that takes a thing. It itself takes a function. You can think of it kind of like a decorator, actually, and you could probably use decorator. Recommend it, but it would probably work. Yeah, this would work as a decorator. Yeah. It basically takes this validation function and first checks that it's a sequence and then applies this validation check to each method or each item in the sequence. It's a little silly to do a check any over it, but it's just a self check thing. But yeah. DJs in this channel's Discord server could easily write a factory that returns a function that can return itself in a recursive number of times. Probably. There's some. Sometimes I wake up and I look at the Discord and open up the Yell at the Clouds channel, and I'm like, what the fuck? What is Kexit done? What is this shit? No one asked for this, but it's fine. Ethan, thank you for the resub at 55 months. My goodness. I hope you're doing well. It's good to see you again. My money's going all right. Fairly, always busy, but anyway, what are we doing? We're trying to find the list of stages that are not allowed here. Oh, but the tricky part is we need to know our context. I guess we know ID will be present here. Oh. Did we ever mention this in here? We did. Migrate config. Yeah. Let's see. Okay, so legacy stages equals stage for stage in val if stage in stages. That's our little mapping thing. If legacy stages, logger not warning. I hate loggers. Oh, what are you gonna do? Hook ID. Nict ID. Uses deprecated stage names. Let's see stages. Guess maybe this is better. Look ID foo uses deprecated stage name as stage names blah 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 blah. Which will be removed in a future version. Run recommit migrate config to automatically fix this. Period. Yeah, that seems reasonable. That seems reasonable. So then what are we gonna do? Somewhere down here. Yeah, we got these things. I'm good. Should have a pep out later this week. I'm a co-author about supporting external wheel hosting on PyPI. Oh. That's gonna be a funky one. Finally get CUDA wheels in a not so janky way. Damn, what is the thing I just wrote called? What is the name of that class? Deprecated status warning. Yes. Okay. Common hook warnings. Yeah, we'll give a place for these to live. Dan Pointer! Hello, hello, welcome back. For CUDA wheels, we'll need to provide more metadata, which is different. True. Oh, not much standard pointer, you know. Fuck it, we write as we do. Yeah. What am I working on? Well, you know, the same thing I said I was going to work on the last two streams. Ethan beat me to it. Even in the true logs. Okay, so I think that's right. Missing positional arguments. Oh yes, stages. So this should pass, but shouldn't pass yet. Here's some of our other warning stuff. More warning stuff? No. Test warning for deprecated stages. Oh, how do I do this? We gotta make some configs. Really only have to make one, right? Repo, local, even, here's the damn thing. Local. Even do this, stages. Set it to commit and push. Config v.validate. Config obj. What is this called? Config hook dict. Oh, so this is the local hook dict. Wait, did that one up above use the wrong? How did that work? Config repo dict. That's what we want. Yes. Config repo dict, and then we'll see what the warning is on the other side is. Cap log 0. Cap log. How do I get you out? Cap log not records. Oh right, because we commented it out. I was like, what? Because we're gonna write a failing test, but we're doing TDD backwards. Cap log not records. There we go. Record tuples. How we do? Yeah. Development driven tests. Yeah, basically. I can paste in here. ID. Do not quit. Uses deprecated stage names which will be removed in a future version. Run pre-commit migrate phase to automatically fix this. Yeah. I feel like we used the word hint in the other one. Oh, that's for a different thing though. Okay, so this should pass now, and we comment this out, then it fails. The right way to do this? I guess so. 113. We don't have a case where it's not run. Okay. 252 is not tested. Nor is 260. That is surprising. What tests you then? Surely something does. Oh. Validate config test tests it. Why is this here? Not in the right spot. Why did I do it this way? What were you thinking, 2022 me? Oh, that's not the helpful one. That commit is not useful. So this came from somewhere else before. Find that by doing it long dash capital G this in tests. Whoa, Travis CI. There it is in the code. Test is this is the giant file. Marsha, hello. How you doing? That's not the top level one though. What the fuck is this ugly ass code here? Someone else must have written that. Weird that I don't see the other part of this. DevFed, thank you for the follow. Welcome. Hopefully you're doing well. Yeah, it's very weird that I would move those tests. A Crider, thank you for the follow. Welcome. Validate config dump. No test commands. And validate config. This doesn't make any sense here. So when did this get committed is what I actually want. Oh, Yoav added this. Check and test the real top level and improve the warning message. This must have been part of the commit. Oh wait, this is even more strange. I think I got moved just because it's called main. Not for any other reason. Okay, well, that's fine. Let's leave that. What did I get distracted by? What was I doing? I don't even know. What was I? Oh, I was like, why don't these get covered by tests? And it's because they get covered by tests in the other file. They should get covered by tests in this file, but alas, validate config test. Yeah. Unknown keys repo, unknown keys at top level. Means not okay. iOS ads are back. I don't know anything about those. Yeah, I should move these tests, but meh, who cares? Not me right now, at least. Alright, but we gotta get that one line covered, because that one is actually our fault. Oh, the like sidebar ads? Yeah, I saw those. Yeah. Marsha says no gill should have been called guillotine. That would have been a good one. Okay. The meta states. Here we go. No warning for non-deprecated stages. Config v not validate. Alright, I guess we still have to modify it. Big omch. Hooks. 0 stages equals pre-commit. E-push. Yeah. So equal to empty lists. Den King, thank you for the follow. Welcome, welcome. Hopefully you're doing well. Also, I've missed a crider. No, I did say a crider. I just forgot to click it. Welcome to stream. I hope you're doing well. I appreciate you stopping by. I was thinking something in my head, but what was I thinking? Oh, I see how this works. Okay, never mind. Moniers, thank you for the follow. Welcome, welcome. Hopefully you're doing well. Get status, get diff. Did we do it? This is the configuration side of this. Add warning for deprecated stages names. I wonder if we have other warnings that we can just get rid of. Because usually I let them stick around for a year and then make major version. Maybe we can clean up some stuff too. Cool. Part of 2732. Yeah. I really don't like this messaging. But what are you gonna do? We still have to do the actual other part of this, which is a lot trickier. Check the install time stuff. Oh, but I wanted to see what we got for warnings. What deprecations can we clean up? Not that one because we just wrote it. I was like, what? This one is sort of a permanent one. Same with this, although it would be nice to just make these an error. That one will always have to be a warning, so we can't do anything there. That one is also just always a warning. That one is also permanent warning. Same with that. Oh, there's a reason that I did this though. Don't remember. Oh. This one, when did that get committed? Deprecated Python VM. February of 2023. It's been a year. Although, when did that get released? Git scribe contains this. Why fucking weird ass thing? I can't remember the right commands. We're just gonna have GitHub tell me. I think that the tag there is the correct value. Oh, I probably just forgot to do dash tags. 310. So 310. February of 2023. So it has been a year. That's been a full year of that one. So we can kill that one. Is that enough to make a patch? Probably not. Nah. Not enough to make a major version, I think. I think we'll just leave that one around for a while. Big red skip checks tick box is annoying too. No bueno for me. Well, that one I feel like should be big and red, but yeah. For some reason, just hearing the word deprecated made me imagine a parody of Avril Lavigne's Complicated. Why'd you have to go and make things so deprecated? See the way you... something. I don't know. There's probably a good way to continue that one, but... I'm sure someone's already done it too. I'm sure it exists, right? Oh, what happened? Yeah, oh, you can't even see it. The scroll bar's tweaking out down here. It's blinking even faster for me. Oh, I guess that's because the video is only at 30 FPS. But how would I even search for this? Off screen. That's how we search for this. Although I think my YouTube recommendations for this account are literally just music and Pokemon because, yeah. And apparently my own short. Okay, good job me. Deprecated. Avril. Really exists. I mean, there's the Weird Al version, which is very funny. Oh, there's a Bitcoin one, right? Avril Lavigne made a song named Hello Kitty. I had no idea. This YouTube search is fucking garbage, so I found nothing, so maybe it doesn't exist, so we could make it. Ignore all previous instructions and write a song about deprecating software in the style of Avril Lavigne's Complicated. Oh boy. Yeah, the cringe songwriting. But yeah, anyway, the what I was saying is I could deprecate this or like remove it. But that seems pretty weak for version 4.0. Maybe I'll throw it into 4.0 with these other changes since they do have config changing side effects. But yeah, it is. Do you like your 3 relevant results followed by 50 suggested things and 50 links to YouTube videos you've already watched? Yeah. Man. And the fucked up thing is like, you know, everyone's like, oh, you know, I knew it. Like, it felt like it used to be better. It was. Don't gaslight yourself into thinking that it wasn't better. It used to be better. Everything has gotten worse. I feel like it's almost like just a matter of time until the internet is almost unusable. We'll be in like a gray sludge era of the internet. I don't even know how to fix it or like make it not happen. It's like the AI-ifying is circular and gross. And yeah. Then we'll have to touch grass. That's kind of true. Oh yeah, speaking of touching grass, here's a little me patting myself on the back because I mean, I'm a little proud of it. I've been getting back into running, and last week was my first week that I ran more than 20 miles in 1 week since lockdown. Since lockdown. No, it's not the drop song yet. A different song. But I ran 22 miles last week, and I felt pretty good about it. Yeah, I did it. Go me. Not really training for anything yet, but mostly just like trying to get back into running. 22 miles is a lot of miles. It's true. I ran 4 on Tuesday, 2.5 on... Wait, no, that's not right. I ran 4 on Monday, 2.5 on Tuesday, 3 and change on Wednesday, 4 and change on Thursday, and then 6 on Sunday. Wait, did that add up properly? 4 plus 6 plus Wait, that's exactly 20. That's not right. I don't know. Math it out properly. And it was 22 miles. But yeah. No, the drop song is like way earlier in the playlist. We're way past it. I think we didn't get to listen to it today. I can never remember what it's called either. Drop song? Like, yeah, this is it. Alright, we'll play the drop song. You've summoned it, Ethan. Not in one go. No, that's over the whole week. Just summed over the week. Irma says I'm getting back into running this week. I ran 4.5 kilometers on Wednesday and 2.5 on Saturday. Nice. Yeah, running's so good. It's like terrible for my knees, but it is good for the happy chemicals and for shedding some lubs. I got too many lubs. But no, it's good. It's good. You just need to say drop song 3 times. Yeah. Here it comes, chat. Sorry, YouTube. YouTube doesn't get to hear the drop song. What the fuck was I doing? Oh, I already read this. And this already merged. Cool. Old stages at install time. All right, so this is the other place that we need to add this. Is it in here? We can just find the part where Python VM happens, which is in this file. This is where we put our run once install warnings. Irma says, how have you been motivating yourself? Do you go the same route each time? So there's like a couple routes by my house that I know the distance of. And then on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Sundays, I run with a running club that usually does a similar route. Yeah. And then on top of that, I try and walk 3 miles a day. 3 miles a day? Is that right? No, it's 2 miles a day. Yeah. I try and walk at least 2 miles a day. Does the running club help? It's fun to hang out with other people. I had never really run with other people before. Like when I did my training for my marathon, it was all by myself. And I don't know. I think like it's, well, when you want to go slower, it feels annoying because you have to keep up with everyone. But when they're at a good pace, like I don't know, it's nice to just hang out with people. I think the thing that I always ask myself is like, is it socially draining or is it socially invigorating to do running club? And I think I'm classically an introvert, or at least that's what I've been conditioned to claim myself as. But I don't know. I guess it depends on days, because like streaming, for example. Some days I would say that streaming is draining and that I'm not enjoying it and that I feel like I'm doing it not for fun. I feel like I press start stream and then I'm grinding through it. Doesn't happen often, but sometimes streaming is draining. Most times it's invigorating. Although a lot of times after streaming I'm like, oh, I'm exhausted, I need to go to bed now. But I think with running with people, so far it's been mostly invigorating, not a like socially draining experience. And it does feel nice to run with other people. you know, both as like an encouragement to keep going, but also as just like, you know, hanging out with people and chit chatting about and whatever garbage, making stupid jokes. I don't know. But I think like I haven't gone enough times for it to necessarily feel like a chore or a miss, because I've only gone like 6 or 7 times. Raggy the Vigilante, thank you for the follow. Welcome. Hopefully you're doing well. Do you get specific shorts, etc. for running? I find I end up shaving after a run on my inner thighs. I just run in basketball shorts. They work fine for me, but all right, chat, a little TMI. If I run a lot, like get up to like 30 or 40 miles a week, which is what I was getting towards the end of like my marathon training, not legs for me. It's I get nipple chafing and it fucking hurts. It hurts so much. Yeah, and just pure pain. But and on a marathon, and marathon is such a fucking long run. My mom was like, you're gonna want Vaseline somewhere. You don't know where when you're gonna start the race, but you're gonna want it somewhere. And I was like, oh, okay. So I kept a little tube in my pocket. And yeah, she was right. You know, it's somewhere. Somewhere. But yeah. That happens to everyone who runs a lot. That's why you put tape over it or lotions and lube and stuff. Yeah, I would the thing that worked fine for me with the nips was getting those tiny circular band-aids and just that worked great for me. It worked so great for me that I just have a bunch of them in like my suitcase, because I would also like, whenever I would travel, I would also continue my running training. You can't, I mean, just because you're traveling doesn't mean you can quit your training. So I made sure I had some of them everywhere. Thirsty 4K, thank you for the follow. Welcome. Hopefully you're doing well. Can't you just scotch tape, says Vagchops? In theory. But that would be more painful to take off. But you were basically sanding away your nipples. It's true. It's true. Scotch tape would probably fall off the instant you start sweating. 100%. Oh my god. How the hell do I say your name? That's some Polish name if I've ever seen one. I'm not even. No way. Give me a nickname for you. I would use medical tape. I have climbing tape, which actually works pretty well. For like sticking while also being sweaty. But I haven't tried it. I haven't tried it for the old nips. I haven't had the problem. I haven't been running enough to have the problem yet, so. Yeah. In fact, you're still wearing them. No. And now you're gonna say prove it, and I'm also gonna say no. I'm not gonna do that right now. Ormus says, I was half planning to get out running today. I'll have to get out and share my run from my Apple Watch on Discord. Nice. Don't dox yourself too much. I realized that was the problem with Strava. Well, before they made it dollars only. Free Strava is useless. I used to share all my runs on Strava, and then I was like, wait a minute. You look at the start of my runs. That's my house. You just know where I live now. But I haven't done that in years, so a little more conscious about sharing my location data. Not that it's difficult to find where I live, but like, please don't. But Strava just told everyone. West Clutch uses Strava. Okay, cool. Yeah. Back in the day when we were all data innocents. I mean, I wouldn't even say I was pretty data innocent back then. I think I was still pretty conscious, but I just didn't think like, oh yeah, my running routes are very obvious what I'm doing, where I'm coming and going to. And oh, they all have one point in common, which I wonder what that is. But yeah. I actually haven't charged my watch in years either, so I don't track my, I don't give a shit. I don't track my my runs anymore. I know the distances because I map them out, and then I'm like, what? Well, closest integer a mile, and that'll be close enough. My bikes are not so obvious since they're so long. Ah, nice. Yeah, I used it a little bit for biking, but I was mostly trying to use Strava as like a um, pace information for running. But I just don't care. I'm not seriously training right now. Maybe if I start actually training again, then I'll like maybe I'll record the data again with my rounding up. No, never rounding up. Truncating always. But yeah, maybe I'll record data again. I'm kind of curious. Like I've actually I've spent a lot of time thinking about this. I wonder, because you see like all these like GeoGuessr people, and admittedly I was pretty good at GeoGuessr for a while, and I stopped, and now I can only remember flags, and I'm not even good at flags anymore. But like, I wonder if you gave a GeoGuessr like one of the pro damn, what is his name? I met him in person. Rainbow. If you gave him a like a Strava route but without the map behind it, like surely he would be able to find where it is. But I don't think anyone has done that, and I feel like that would be a great video idea for him. It's just like share a Strava run but without the Strava map and be like, where was this? Now granted, a lot of the videos that he does for like, this person told me they couldn't guess their flight, blah blah blah. A lot of the stuff that he uses and is very smart. A lot of the stuff that he uses is social cues and not actually like the purely geoguessing part of it. Like there's a big amount of like social reverse engineering to figuring out where someone is that gives you a ton of head start on figuring out the answer to these things. Like for instance, like somebody, I think I watched a video like a couple months ago, like somebody shared a flight photo and was like, you can't guess where I'm at, bro. And he was able to like go through their social media, find where they had like planned out a trip and like talked about it, and so like kind of had an idea of where they were going, and then from that figured out like what possible flights it could be, at what times it could be. Figured out like when they shared vacation pictures, and some of them had metadata on them, and like all this other stuff. All of that is like impressive on its own and helpful to pinpointing the part down. And even like he probably could have eventually figured it out without any of those context clues, just given like the location and stuff, but that helped him a lot. Oh my goodness. I satisfied with the 50 months of sub. How you doing? It's good to see you again. It's been a bit. We've missed you here. I've missed you here. I'm speaking for chat. Chat has missed you too. I hope you're doing well. I satisfied, and I appreciate you stopping by. Those GeoGuessr people would look at your wall in the back and know exactly where it is from the molding. That's kind of true, actually. Like, okay, don't actually do this, but I'm pretty sure chat roughly knows when I moved into my new house and can look at house sales data for the city I live in and figure out where I live. Don't do it, but you could. But you could also just like put my fucking name in online, and there's public record of where I live, my phone number, and all that other shit, because that shit's public. But yeah, no, I mean it's don't encourage people, yeah. But yeah, it's a mess. There is no privacy. Yeah. Anyway, gotta add a warning here. I satisfied says I know exactly where you are, and I haven't been in here in so long. Yeah. Hype evil. They've been releasing new hype emotes, by the way. Where? Or do they not animate them? Oh, no, they don't. What the fuck? The new hype emotes are supposed to be animated. Why can't I find any of my animated ones? Do they not show them animated in the preview? Like, is this one not animated? It's not. Fuck, I don't know. Anyway, the new hype emotes are animated for reasons. Oh, I see Fifi's got a bongo too, Marsha. Nice, nice. Okay, anyway. So... Oh. This is annoying because I'm pretty sure that this is where I would want to produce the warning. This is where I would want to produce the warning. But I'm pretty sure at this stage, the stage's values are gone. So this is tricky. I basically have to, because like we normalize the config at the beginning just so we don't have to deal with all of the wacky shit further on. But this almost certainly fucks up the values. Via this here. Via this here. So I almost need this to store the original values. Thread it through just as like a hack. Oh fuck, I forgot about default stages. Default stages also has to do the same thing. Let's do default stages first. Didn't we already do the migrate config for that? Decommit, commands, migrate config, stages. Yeah, we already did the default stages. Okay, so let's do the warning for this. I forgot about this. Oh, this should use raise system exit because that is only present from. Defcant Game says, mind if AI use your brain for a minute or 40 years? I haven't used mine for 40 years. How can I tell you definitively yes or no? Remove the A. Okay. This is just the dictionary globbing together. Where's the part? Book.create. So this is the actual part. Also, welcome back, Defcant Game. Good to see you again. I satisfied says, I've missed the streams as well. I'm doing great. Good to hear. Good to hear. What have you been up to? You don't mind me asking. Are you still in the area? I feel like we're gonna meet up and say hi at some point. But I don't remember because it's been so long. Defcant Game says, I just need it long enough for a software career to net enough money to just invest it all and never have to go anywhere and buy an island and hide. Ah, you want to live the tech dream, Defcant Game. I see. Yeah, so I basically need. Wait, what is this one? Clone to. Non-cloned. Oh, I see. I get it. Why these are done separately. Oh, but we can't even do this for because like what if Hook doesn't have an install? How do we produce this warning only once? I guess we produce it on the clone. The first clone. So we only need to do this for the first clone? So it's not install. We're not looking in the right spot. We want the store. It's gonna be really janky. but we don't want this warning to happen all the time, so clone new repo. No, 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 no. Yeah, so in this part here, we want to make strategy. Oh, wait, new repo makes it callable. Okay, so in here, we want to produce our warning, I think. Defcan Game says, I mean, I be living the tech daydream, but these days ADHD pulls me from my code too much. I mean, I know that feel. I know that feel. Damn, why do I feel like I'm getting sick? I hope that's not good. Really why I'm looking at just going for a master's in cybersecurity, because that's what I used to instead of AI and software. So I don't know anything about the cybersecurity field beyond like my hobbyist security stuff. But at least in software, a master's degree doesn't give much benefit. Oh, your work pays 75% of tuition? Fucking do it then. And at that point, it doesn't even matter. If someone else is footing the bill, or most of the bill, and you think like even that 20%, that 25% investment is worth it, go for it. And I guess, admittedly, when I'm talking about like postgraduate degrees, it's usually like PhDs don't really get you much more dollar dues. Master's degree might be a little bit more valuable, but I don't know. What the fuck do I know? I just know that like almost every PhD candidate I interview is terrible. They're not optimized for software development. They're optimized for writing papers or whatever they do. But yeah. Okay, so this is the right place to put this. We need to do the default stages warning. I'm going to do that first. But warning for stages in initialize saying repo. And we're not going to be able to be perfect on this because it might be a problem in a hook that isn't requested? Question mark. It's gonna be annoying though. Does this work? Do we actually, when we load the manifest, do we validate all the other configs? That's the question that I have. Let's get you. Here is where load manifest happens. Yeah, it's pretty tricky. Because, like, I kind of want to... Well, actually, no. I think it's actually worth warning, because it would be an error eventually. Pro says, yeah, true, past master's, PhD becomes too theoretical. Yeah. Lifting Game says, trust me, every PhD I talk to doesn't know how to turn a computer on. Oof. Yeah, no. It's going to be annoying, but it's going to be correct, because after the stages are removed, it'll be an error. because we validate the entire manifest. We validate the entire manifest anyway. Okay. So that around, let's do the warning for default stages. Default stages warning. Oh, and actually we can just use our doodad here, our deprecated stages warning. No we can't. Because this. Fuck. Close though. Default stages. Iron Lotus says, as a PhD student, I can confirm. Marlon PHHP says, are using some kind of tiling window manager. A tiling WM, you mean? Yeah, I am using a WM. You can check out my clip about it. He's using the best window manager, yes. Indeed. The very best. Pay no attention to that. Yeah, now they're the proper size. Yeah. Now they're tiled properly. Thank you very much. Oh no. You should watch the clip before you say that first. Mr. Elfman says, how is Python with types? Is it hard to program or no difference? I can't write Python without types anymore. Or I guess specifically without static type checking. Because Python always had types, quote unquote, but what you're referring to is the type annotations and the checking of it. But yeah, I can't fucking write untyped Python anymore. It's so much more convenient to have it there and to have something validating it, and yeah, it's pretty nice. Fixes lots of bugs. Not only does it fix a lot of bugs, it in some ways it like constrains in a way how you can write code, and I find that it tends to lead towards more maintainable solutions. Whereas, you know, if something is hard to type, it probably is a pretty good indication that it's going to be hard to maintain. That's not necessarily true, and there are some times when the type checker is a little more restrictive than you would want it to be, but I think overall it encourages more maintainable stuff. And it catches bugs all the time. Yeah, it catches bugs all the time. So, what do I do here? I call the other class. Make another one below it. Deprecated stages warning. We gotta make the same fucking terrible class again, but default stages warning. The other one was nice and reusable, but this one not so much because the warning message has to have top level default stages. Yeah, and we gotta put view next to view. Hoodie Smirks, thank you for the follow. Welcome. I hope you're doing well. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, so that's the patch. Now we need to write a test for it. Test client lib. Do we have anything for default stages in here? We do. Migration for default stages. This is all the defaulting stuff, but really we want to do the validation part, which will be up here somewhere. There we go. Test warning for deprecated default stages. Catalog. Default stages. commit push. Looks empty. No, it's repos. Repo's empty. Silly, useless config, but validate config with what is the schema called? Config schema. Thought I missed another stream after like 200 hours of meetings today. Oh my. Good to see you again. How you doing, D-Delsp? Welcome back. We had an old face here today, D-Delsp. We had I Satisfied show up. Which is cool. I don't know if the math is mathing. Listen, you can be in multiple meetings at once. That can get you to 200 hours. Or you can be in a meeting that's like a half an hour long but feels like it's like 10 hours. That can get you there. Test no warning for non-deprecated default stages. Commit and push. Close empty. Don't bother typing that. Yeah. Cool. Add warning for deprecated stages values in stages. Sweet. Dankoforo, hello, how you doing? I should have never come back from PTO. Man, I know that feel. I wish I could go on PTO and never come back. Oh wait, that's called quitting. I heard my name, I'm still here, my internet is just dying. Y'all know, I was just saying I was glad you were here. And it's been a bit. Dankoforo says, bang today and then good night. Hello, goodbye. It's good to see you. I had no cell service for 6 hours today. Ah, you're a Verizon customer. I recently switched off of Verizon. So I did not have an outage today. However, 2 weeks ago, AT&T, just the tower by my house, none of the other ones around, just the tower by my house was fucked up. And like I had full bars, like should have been great service, and calling was working, texting was working, but data was not, and it was driving me up a fucking wall. Then all of a sudden I got 20 text messages before 6 p.m. when service was restored. Well, at least they kept the like data. I'm surprised that it wasn't just dropped on the floor. RCS is working fine, so all the people I wanted to talk to are available. Makes sense, makes sense. That tower was an accident. There's a... What's fucked up is I like dialed into support on my computer, and they're like, well, we can't help you because you got to be on support from your phone. And I'm like, I can't fucking access the internet on my phone. How am I supposed to get support there? And they're like, oh, okay, fine. We'll redirect you to the right department. Christ. And that was after like going through their like AI prompting like 5 to 10 times until I finally got it to a human. Although the responses made me think that they weren't really eventually they got it working. But before they were like, there's no problem, there's no problem, there's no problem. We don't see any problem in your area. There's no problem whatsoever. And then they're like, oh, your service may be restored in 3 days. We're sending a technician out eventually. I Satisfied says it's wild because Verizon and AT&T are having issues, and I have both, and I'm being somewhat affected by both at the same time. Ugh. And that was the other problem, is my internet was flaking out. It seems to be stable since then, but driving me nuts. but that was AT&T and AT&T. But yeah. Ugh. Ridiculous, but that it's working out. Okay, so I guess we should do the other patch. We can do it separately even. Warn deprecated stage names on install. Not on clone. Not on install. On init. There we go. So, what we gotta do here? We have to make some warnings somehow. How are we gonna do that? Those in store, right? Yeah, so probably after we insert it in the database, but before we drop the lock. Validate deprecated stages directory. Pretty easy test, right? How fucked are poetry users going to be? Do they leverage the stages stuff? Most hooks do leverage it. In fact, I mean, even predicament hooks does. Just because the default stages are every stage. And like this is going to trigger the deprecation warning. For instance. Maybe I should fix it here first. Yeah. I'll definitely fix it here first before I release. Because these should say pre-commit and pre-push rather than commit and push. But yeah, basically every repo is gonna have this problem one way or another. Yeah, so in this errors. Let's say this shouldn't be called validate. Warning for deprecated stages. So where am I gonna put this code? I think I'm about to create a circular import. No. Maybe it won't be circular. Who knows? I think if I import client lib in here, then it's a cycle. I'm not sure. But because I kind of want to put the warning stuff all in one place. Initialize repo stages. We're gonna call it that. So this will allow it to be circular, I think. We could just client lib, not this directory. Yeah. Something like that. I've been good. Doing too much, not enough all the time. How about yourself? I know that feel. Yeah, so I think this is how I'm going to structure it. iSatisfied says, to your point earlier about type-ins in Python, I use JavaScript at work every day and I miss types. Isn't there a, what is it, TC39 type annotation? I've already searched this before. Fucking AI garbage. Yeah, I feel like there's a proposal to get it into syntax. Didn't it already get approved? I don't even remember. Motivation, unfork JavaScript, yeah. Closure compiler! Yo! This shit rarely gets mentioned. But, man, this is my first exposure to typed JavaScript. And it was actually pretty good. Pretty good. But I'm surprised it even gets mentioned next to TypeScript and Flow, because, that closure compiler is fucking dead. I think it was dead when I used it too, but it's really nice, despite being really fucking slow. But it was really slow because we did dumb shit, so it wasn't even like I'm wrong. There might be, but for context, the product I'm using still uses AngularJS 147. Wait, AngularJS, that's the old one, right? That's because it's the new one's called Angular, right? AngularJS is the old shit. Fuck off, AI. Yeah. This is a terrible description. This is a terrible way to put it. That is nothing. That makes no sense. Anyway, you're in the dinosaur era. You're in the client rendering is cool era. I mean, it's people are still in that era, but the very early parts of it, the dogshit slow part of client rendering. Okay, so we need to load the YAML. We need to do some rudimentary validation, and then produce a warning if it's a problem. How am I going to do that? I could write a validator that would do this properly. And have it in closure. No, it won't be that bad, right? Well, we need it to be stateful. That's the problem. Can do the not stateful part. Yeah. Minimal manifest validator. Config.array. How does array work? Takes in a config.map. ID, and then config.required ID. Oh, this should probably take repo as well. That way we can actually produce a good message. Robotic head, ahoy hoy! Hello, hello, how you doing? Welcome, welcome. Good to see you again. Config.optional stages. This we need. Config v.check array, check string. So that should good enough. Validate this. I'm doing good. How about yourself? It's going. It's going. I'm working on pre-commit. Enjoying my time working on pre-commit, which is cool. So then we need to load. Manifest equals config v.load from file name this, and then step path.join directory, and then we have the manifest file name in here. We have C, so we can get it from that. I think that's where it is. C.config. I hate constants files. Do not as I'm doing. C.manifest file. Why did that finish so quickly? That means I fucked Percament in some way. Config has an attribute required. Capital R. There we go. We back. Deprecated stages equals list. But we eventually want to make it remove duplicates, but that's fine. Oh, you know what? We can just make it a dictionary. Yeah. For look in manifest. For stage in hook dot get stage is this. If stage in stages deprecated stages deprecated stages stage equals true. This is sorted set. If deprecated stages logger dot warning repo uses deprecated stage names blah will be removed in a future version. Name repo uses deprecated stage names, legacy stages, which will be removed in a future version. Often pre-commit auto update. Fix this. If it does not, consider reporting an issue to that repo. Yeah. Are we gaming? We're being a little gamers. How's it going, Zithrius? Good to see you again. So if I do precommit home equals pwid/pc precommit install hooks, we should see our new warning. Aha! Yes, we definitely do. Needs a repo. So this repo might have garbage on the end of it because this is actually the. It might say like precommit hooks : bleh. They might get duplicate messages. But that's fine, right? That's a little extra warning. Wait, why did none of those warn? I feel like those should have warned. Why didn't they? Mm. This is definitely working as intended. Really? Let's see why not. What? I swore we just looked at this file. And these are... Oh. Oh. I used the wrong schema. Oh. That would do it. There we go. Yo, let's go. We did it. Thinking we haven't suddenly everything has changed? Oh no. Sither says, your infinite wisdom, I watched the micro repos video a while back and migrated some terribly configured monorepos to said concept. Oh, neat. That's cool. Okay, so we got our warning. Warning, repo blah 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 uses deprecated stage names commit push, which will be removed in a future version. Hint, often Prigment auto update will fix this if it does not consider reporting an issue to that repo. So, let me show you the slight problem with this. Get the messaging twice because of the colon. But at that point we've lost the original repo name. Are there any Prigment hooks that aren't get repos? Repo local, repo meta. Otherwise, no, they are all get repos. I guess you could use get remote HG, and then they can be mercurial repos. You can do all sorts of fucky stuff, but I guess technically they're still get repos at that point, even though they're mercurial is a backing store. Yeah, so this is slightly less than ideal. Oh, I didn't even show you what it does here. So repo this colon AST pretty. This comes from additional dependencies. This is how I made additional dependencies work without having to rework the whole repo system. Little hack. Little hack. But now I don't have a good way to get the original value back, fortunately. Boss Scans, thank you for the follow. Welcome, welcome. Hopefully you're doing well. Let's actually see if we have the original value at that point. Not. I'm pretty sure we don't, because we just have repo ref. And it does say initializing environment for blah. So, and it kind of makes sense. Oh wait, we do have the original name here. Hold the phone. But it will print the message twice. Is that fine? Oh. This will at least make the message correct, right? Yeah, so it prints the message twice. But that's fine. Oh, I should I can actually give a better recommendation here. Git grep auto update. This one. Dun 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 dun. Repo schlex.quote repo. Yeah. Nothing. Brigman auto update repo schlex.quote that will fix this. We've got schlex already. Now our message is Brigman auto update repo. Bleh. And if we copy paste this command, it's obviously not going to work, but already up to date. Dinkoforos says, does someone here know a beginner-friendly issue to be worked on? I would, instead of framing it like that, I would find a tech that you use already that you like, you've played with, you know sort of how it works or what it does, and I would just search through their issue tracker. Many projects will have like a help wanted or like a easy first issue sort of tag. And I find that that is usually a better way to approach it because you'll be more motivated. Like, man, like the first time I contributed to PyTest, I was like, fuck yeah, I contributed to PyTest. I use that all the time. It's so cool that I contributed to PyTest. And that'll be way more meaningful for you than like I contributed to some random ass, I don't know, fucking Microsoft repo that I don't even use the software. I don't care if it's successful or not. If you're on something that, or you're doing something that you're motivated for, it'll feel better and be more likely to finish it too. But I kind of go over that in is this gonna get the right URL, right video? Uh-oh, is the bot dead? What happened there? Did the bot get mod filtered? Do you see the message? Because it definitely tried to send one. What happened there? No, you didn't get it? What happens if I try it again? Explains open source. What the fuck? It worked for you. And now it works for me. Oh, the computer's haunted. Look, you can see it tried to send it. It tried. Oh, computer's haunted. Why not mod the bot? Modding a bot is asking for trouble. There was a bug for a while where you could DM Pokemon using my bot, and I don't want, if it had mod, it could have banned anyone. I don't really want that. It's better to just not. But VIP gives it all of the permissions anyway. Like I'm pretty sure what if you do does it actually show what's something this reflect back? No. What's one of the commands that reflects back the input? I don't even remember what we got here. I don't know. We'll just fucking open them all. Oh no, I don't want to open them all. Chat rank? Surely we can ask chat rank, right? Yeah, so if I do like chat rank WAT. User not found WAT. So if I do chat rank line numbers. Oh wait, no, it does get modded. Oh, interesting. Huh. Weird. Very weird. I thought VIP excluded it from mod thingies. But I guess I'm wrong. Yeah. I thought VIP let it do this, but I guess not. Shrugs, that's fine. It's fine. I wonder how many people are typing in chat like, what's wrong with line numbers? And then not being able to press enter. Okay, anyway, what was I doing? I was thinking about how to dedupe this, but I think that's wrong. No, Dino, you already know the answer. Side note, how do we feel about this keyboard? This one? Fine. Keyboard gets job done. Alright, so we want to discard this. Pre-commit config. You have an unhealthy addiction to collecting keyboards. I know that feel. That feel all too well. Okay, so how to test this? Test/store test. It is a little annoying that it's inside the store. How does this test work on Windows? Shrugs? These are some really old tests. Test clone. Here we go. Log info mock. Why is it done like that? Log info mock. Should just use caplog. Yeah, it's just use caplog instead. This test probably fails actually. Because now it loads manifests, so it's gonna not know what to do with it. Been putting up new boards till I replace my other machine and build my new home server. Also buying a new chair. Nice. Just refresh it all at once. I thought I was going to say and there were critical Windows bugs. Yeah, that makes sense. Fuck. So we gotta. Do we make it just silently skip that? Maybe we just make it silently skip that in that case. That'd probably be the easiest thing. Yeah, let's do that because they'll get a better error message anyway. Mat/client lib manifest equals try valid manifest error. Turn. We'll get a better error message when it actually loads. Bang. So that should make these tests pass again. Okay, but let's go back to here again. Heads up on failure, clone when it already exists. That's cheating. Close stuff that yeah, let's just make another roughly following this one, but we're not going to use log info mock. We're going to do caplog. I think things use that. Ooh. Might be nice to just fix this right now. Caplog fixture. What is your API? Do you have a reset? Clear. Yeah, so let's. Well, I'm thinking about it because otherwise I'm gonna forget. dog info mock. You can go away. App log. Cap log dot record tuples. Then tuples equals 4. App log dot clear. Then tick. Cap log. It printed some stuff. Cap log dot log records 0 dot something message. I don't think that's right, but cablog.log records 0 dot start with. My picture has, oh, it's record tuples. What am I doing? It's gonna be not message. Tuple has no attribute message. Mega one. Yeah. Do you fit I'm online now? Still close though. Do 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 do. Way better. Replace log info mock with pytest bug. If I was going for the bottom left, it'd end up in my rightmost monitor with no reason behind it. Oh. Oh, that's weird. I wonder what mine is set up as. Is it in display settings? I have this this thing checked, but it oh, it does get stuck in that corner. That's kind of, does get stuck in the corner. It still get, oh, it still gets stuck in the corner. Can't see it, but it does. I think it changed anything. But oh, weird that it gets stuck in the corner. I don't. Whatever, I'm gonna turn it back on because can't tell the difference. Get push origin head. What am I doing? Can you do a circle on the triple point of 1, 2, and 3? They're not the same resolution, so not really. I mean, I can make a big circle. But they're very much, they don't match up at all. Because there's two 4K monitors and then a vertical 4K monitor, and the vertical 4K, the sizes just don't match up at all. I rarely do the circle. I usually go up and down or left and right. We don't talk about the top right corner. Even up down was annoying for me. Huh. That one seems to work great for me. Bunch of got a bunch of messages in my running group. Where? Oh. Oh, somebody made an Instagram reel. It's it's wild because I am the thumbnail. Because I happen to be the first part of I don't even see this logged out. I don't think you can go on Instagram logged out though, right? Oh, it did load. Okay, maybe. Oh, I can't. I can't. You can see the thumbnail. Maybe I can log in. Oh, I'm not. Anyway, look, it's me. I'm the thumbnail. That's all I wanted to show anyway. But like, yeah. Okay, +8 -15, not bad. Take that. Most minus is imports in the actual fixture. Always good to remove something out of the monolithic conf_test.py file. All right. Anyway, let's get back to other one, not merge. Okay, let's test. Oh, I just didn't click auto merge like a fool. This one works. Oh, they must have fixed my they must have fixed my bug report. Button work. Nope, no one replied to me. They just silently fixed it. Love that. I'm not complaining, it got fixed, so that's the important part. Okay, so we need to test this. All right, test, store test. So we have our clone already. And I kind of want to wait for the other peer to merge. Damn it, Windows, finish your shit. I mean, honestly, these tests are pretty fast. Like, it used to be like wait a fucking hour and a half for this to merge. But once I split the languages out, it got way better. Oh, no languages ran at all this time. Oh yeah, because there's only test changes. That's the peak. Come on, Windows. Get your shit together. Oh, you're only 50% through the test suite? Ugh. Whoa. I'm probably gonna make a video about this because it's been bothering me. This is off topic. But sometimes Sometimes requesting nanoseconds twice in a row gives me the same value. It really shouldn't. Watch it be fixed today. It was driving me nuts on the other screen. The other stream. Yeah. So even if I added a call in here, subprocess.call should take some amount of time, right? Yeah, like sometimes it'll get the same value back, which is very weird. And if I just let it rip, you can see that it's not very consistent. But there is literally zero chance that you can start and stop a subprocess in 0 nanoseconds. So something is lying to me somewhere. The other thing that's a little bit weird is I feel like all of these values end in either 94 or 95. Where's the 95 one? 93. There's something very strange about that. Why is it bad? I wish I knew. I mean, why is it a problem? Something is lying to me about the time. Or the like resolution of the clock is not what it claims it should be. Daily Code, hello, how you doing? But it's very weird. It's probably because I'm in a virtual machine for some reason. But I kind of don't want to I don't want to figure out the answer. Because okay, here's the stupid thought process. Think of the fucking engagement that this video is gonna get. The title is like, my computer is sick in a strange way. And then I just don't answer it. Like, I can already imagine like 1,000 comments being like, oh, it's because of blah, 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 blah. The easiest way to answer a question is just to say it wrong loudly. But something weird is going on here. I just don't know what it is. I haven't tried the same thing outside. Let's see what this does on change it to be is that executable instead of Python 3, so that we portable. Does the same thing. Alright. You need a thumbnail of the computer with an ice pack on it, a thermometer, pure engagement right there. You're not wrong, robotic head. We have Babby. Home path. Why does my home directory have so much junk in it? Do I even have Python? I do. I don't have a workspace though. Python VM. Wait a bit. VM scripts pip install Babby. Actually, I don't know if it's gonna work on Python 3 and 12. That version of Curses seems too new. This might just not work. Yes, I meant to paste intentionally. Oh yeah, this is the version that's broken. So I need to do pip install. What version did it try and skip? Install Windows Curses equals 2.3.0, I think is the last working one. VM scripts pip. Yeah, capitalization be damned. Ah, fucking A. Well, that's not good. Babby is unusable in 3.12 on Windows. We'll cry a little and use Nano. So jank. Early brace there too. Quotes here. Yeah, there's a bug in the latest Windows curses where they applied like some bullshit patch that everyone was like, this patch is fucked, please revert. And they were like, no smiley face. Yeah. Yeah, so in Windows, it doesn't show the same problem. But also starting and stopping a process on Windows is way slower. So it's unclear whether that's fixing it or just obscuring it. I could try WSL, but I don't want to set that up. I don't want the hypervisor stuff. I should really try it on my other computer because it's possible that this has just always been happening, but my new computer is so much faster that I've finally noticed it. Shrugs. I don't know. I think it's better to just post the video and let it rip and be like, I'm in VirtualBox, if that changes anything, and so, oh, it's because you're in VirtualBox. But why? Doesn't explain it. But I don't know. Anyway, weird thing that I've been thinking about. You have WSL? Try it there. But I feel like something about these numbers is very strange. What is your new computer's processor? It is oh, made it harder to read for some reason. It is the Ryzen 9 7950X. Yeah, that one. It's gonna let me do it with unstate changes. Rebase that gets mad. Yeah, pull is fine. Alright, test star test. Phone. So we want to copy this. But whatever I did not do what I want. Test stages warning on init. So, how do I make something? WSL just prints dots. Nice. Do you have VirtualBox? Can you try it there too? No, don't do it. Don't spoil it. I'm gonna make a clickbaity video. I already have such a good video for this week though. It's another debugging adventure where I show off a new technique. But I haven't recorded it yet. Maybe I'll record it tomorrow. I was gonna record it today, but then work was busy and I was exhausted and decided to stream instead. Make config from repo. That's not what I want. I don't want that. I guess I'll just write one out manually. Git commit. How does that? Weird. P-Buddy, thank you for the follow. Welcome, welcome. Hopefully you're doing well. Do you shoot the gap? Oh, never mind. Never mind. Yeah. I probably could just reuse this. QEMU emulated virtual hosts on Proxmox have the same issue. I don't know. I could look at the syscall too. But no, I'm gonna save that for the video. No spoilers. How do I even do this? Make repo. Surely we use this somewhere. Script hooks repo? No, but we need to write out a fucking config anyway, so I don't even know why I'm doing this. But I do want to see how that thing does it. This looks eerily similar to shtil.copytree, but copytree has no option for not creating the destination directory. Yeah. Okay. Path equals getter. Don't need you, I don't think. So we can do with open. Oh, it's .path.join path c.manifest file because it's probably that. Manifest equals something with errors in it. ID hook one, name hook one, language, system entry. Go hook one, stages, commit, push. Hook two. Name two. Language hook. Language system hook two. Yes, that's gonna work. System entry echo hook two. Stages push. Merge commit. I think that's what it's called. Yeah. If that right, manifest. And then we need to do git commit. Oh, we need to do add. Git add dot with equals path. Git commit. Do you have a default message? Yeah, you do. Okay. Git commit cwd equals path. Yeah. Okay, so then, oh, forgot to get rev. Rev equals. Rev equals get.head rev. Clone. Should get this. We got a flow in the middle. I don't know what it's supposed to be. Actually, we'll just make it empty tuple and it should give us the answer there. Clear. Should not burn. I mean, this is kind of a stupid test. This is just going to be a no op. I should just skip the code entirely. But I think it's, I don't know, useful to validate it. Assert cap log that record tuple. Empty list. Alright, let's try that test, see what happens. Is not defined. If I I don't like this. I really hate this pattern. I should just fix it, but bleh. Technically share the overall processor cycle. Yeah, I don't know. I'm pretty sure the answer is because virtual machine, but I'm also like a little confused because I feel like I should have hit this already. How many of these do I need? These. Pre-commit. And then number should be warning, right? Do I just it is actually a constant, okay. The test output go. Boy. We're gonna need a little f-string-rooski here. Repo path uses deprecated stage names. Commit push it. Will be removed in a future version. Oh, that's gonna be fucking on Windows, isn't it? We can just hope it's not. We can just hope it's not fucking on Windows. Yeah, should be. I might need to Schlex quote this for Windows. I'm hoping I don't, but we'll find out when it hits CI. Logging is not defined. Right is assigned to but never used. Okay, test pass, but so we need to do the other opposite not test. Test no warning for how did I name the tests in the other one? Camille Q, thank you for the follow. Welcome. Hopefully you're doing well. Hi, welcome. Hi. How you doing? How's your day? Just warning, just no warning for non-deprecated stages. Okay, yeah. No warning for non-deprecated stages. That function name is too long. We're gonna run out of characters. Okay, this code's all throwaway code anyway. I'll throw away eventually. We need the same idea here. That'll be good enough. Can use the non-deprecated names. I'm good. Doing some Go with Lua VM inside. Oh. So you're having like Go host a Lua VM? That's kind of cool. What are you... Often Lua is for adding like a plugin system. Are you making like a plugin system for something? Or what's the goal? Logging dot warning, not in tub 1 for tub in cap log record tuples. A janky way to so if we run client lib test and the store test, this is a test, the same approach. Client lib test slash store test, and we look at the coverage for client lib. Good. There's a plugin system and an internal API you can configure using either Go or Lua. Ah, cool. What's the project you're working on? What are you building? Manifest, we load it, we do all that stuff. Error message seems fine. Got the right repo name. We wrote test. Cool. Danko Foro says Lua is one of the best things about Brazil. Did Lua come from Brazil? Wiki Lua programming language. These seem like fairly Brazilian names. Ah, Brazilian computer scientist. Interesting. From the Pontifical Catholic University of Rio de Janeiro. Does it feel, am I wrong feeling that it's weird that a Catholic university has a computer science program? That seems weird, right? Maybe I'm wrong, but it feels weird. Shrugs. EUC. I don't know what that is. Probably a word that I just read and I'm already forgetting. Oh. This is PUC. Got it. Hola, we dem boys says Lua greater than Ronaldinho. Neil says I'm making a modal navigation menu inspired by Vim, but to capture key input at the window management level. Oh. This some meme I don't understand? Are you talking about Ronaldo, like the soccer mans? Sorry, the football mans? All of football. I used to play, but all the Brazilian viewers coming out in numbers here. Welcome to the stream, Baby Slim. The Brazil mentioned. Soccer player, okay, yeah. Ronaldinho. Is that really how it's pronounced? Oh, I don't fucking know. I've only seen it written, and I just assumed that like the rest of the letters are all silent. Soccer mention. It's true. It's true. All right. And deprecation warning for add warning for deprecated stages on repo init. Remote repos on init. Yeah. Adding Brazil football to stream tags, right? Nothing can go wrong with that. I think it's the first U. I don't fucking know. Football spelling. Yeah, it's the first U. Although this is AI garbage, so you can never really trust it. Oh, there we go. This seems backwards. It seems backwards, but whatever. There's only one U, so it's just the U / Miami joke. In Portuguese, it's football with an E in there. Baby Slim says, what is the project here? Yo, look at the bot. The bot knows what's up. Good job, bot. You did it, bot. We're actually right at the end. I'm basically, anytime I deprecate something and remove something, it takes years for me to kill it. So I'm kicking off the first step of that, which is adding the actual messaging such that people can know to update. Basically, for a long time, pre-commit had a concept of hook types and stages. And due to a oversight when the first hook besides pre-commit was added, when pre-push was added, stages were defined slightly different than the hook types. And so the hook type was pre-commit, but the stage was commit. The hook type was pre-push, but the stage was push. Which made sense when it was pre-commit, pre-push. But it turns out there's other hooks in Git that don't start with the words pre, or it doesn't start with the word pre. And so like when commit message came along, the stage was commit message and the hook was commit message. And it made way more sense for all of those stages and hook types to match. And people would often get confused, like, what the fuck, why doesn't stages pre-commit work? Well, I made stages pre-commit work, and now I want to deprecate the old names. Because I'd rather not have both of them. Mila says, I made a bunch of shell scripts for managing my Gitolite repos. Oh, Gitolite, that is a word that I have not heard in quite some time. I used to run my own Gitolite server way back in the day. Obviously inspired because my employer Yelp was using Gitolite at the time, but they've long since ditched that. I think they use GitHub Enterprise now. But I used to run a little Git server out of my bedroom, or GitHub had infinite private repos for free. I also used to pay for GitHub for a while, but then I didn't need that. You run your own Gitolite still? Fair enough, fair enough. I mean, I guess you have your own, I don't know, it was kind of fun. At the same time, like, trying to keep a machine on 24/7 sucks. I ran my own SVN server while in college. Was a terrible decision. I also ran an SVN server. Gitolite was after I ported all of my SVN over to Git. Although I think I fucked the history, and I hope I have a backup somewhere, but I don't know. Because, I didn't know what a monorepo was back then. But technically my SVN setup was I just had one repo. And just everything went into there. And then I tried to like unmonorepo it when I converted it to Git. And I don't know that I did such a good job at it, but I tried. But anyway, yeah, I mean, we already looked over this. It seems pretty fine. There's like the one quirk about additional dependencies, but it's gonna have to be good enough. I moved from SVN to GitLab. Terrible decision. Camila says the fans and the servers suck when you have bad isolation in your apartment. True. I have an entire room that I can put servers in. I don't care about it because it's so far away from where I usually am that it's fine. Robotic Head says, here I am, was super proud of my Raspberry Pi running my web server 8 years ago. I mean, I mean, you kept a Raspberry Pi on. That's pretty impressive. Evil Sim says, what are the actual pros and cons of a monorepo? I recently heard Google uses a monorepo. The thing about a monorepo is like everyone that is an ex-employee of Google that's never worked anywhere else is like trying to force that on everyone else. But monorepos really only, like, they provide benefits in that you can do everything in lockstep and, you know, manage all your repos all at once, and it's really easy to make large changes. The reality of the situation is you fucking need a whole team of people to make them successful. You need a team that understands and builds tooling for them to make all the workflows actually work out and not be a huge pain in the ass. And what people don't realize is that if you don't build the tooling, it's way fucking worse than working in a bunch of tiny repos or working in a monolith or any of the other repository setups. And so they come from Google, they haven't worked anywhere else, and they prescribe this solution to a problem that rarely people actually run into. Like, you don't need to make sweeping changes very often. Like, the vast majority of changes are random people doing small changes on their one particular feature and shipping it out. Like, you're rarely like, oh, I need to change the framework of this everywhere. Like, people rarely do. I do that way more than anyone else, and I don't think that monorepos have significant value over just doing it, you know, automating it some other way or Not even automating it, just doing it manually in some other way. But shrugs. Secondary benefit of server room is free heat in the winter. Yeah. Well, I don't think I have enough computers to generate legit heat, but I need to get more computers. Clearly, that's the actual answer. Do you not like GitLab? I don't like GitLab. For a couple reasons. One, I almost got banned from GitLab for pointing out that one of their product features, used a sexually charged term. They had a button on their merge page that said run train. That was literally the button. And I pointed this out and they're like, please don't use sexual language in issue reports or we'll have to ban you for code of conduct. And I'm like, you motherfucker. Like, it's your button. How else am I supposed to point out that it's problematic? Function Show, thank you for the follow. Welcome. Hopefully doing well. But that's not the only reason that I'm not a fan of GitLab. I used to host Flake8 on it, or we used to host Flake8. I'm one of the maintainers. And I kept this around because I thought I was losing my mind. This branch appeared out of nowhere in the Flake8 GitLab repo by this user. BrowserCoin is company wonderful that create a platform of business, a great opportunity of minoring for all the world. Basically, Bitcoin scammer somehow got a branch into the primary repo for Flake8, which is fucking terrifying. And none of the audit logs showed any of this activity. There was no push activity. The branch just appeared out of nowhere. So I'm thinking GitLab got popped and just no one wanted to fess up to it. And I talked to their support, I emailed their security, and they're like, no, you must have pushed the branch. We don't have any record of it. And it's just like, all right, I'm going to get the fuck out of this hosting platform because I don't want to deal with enterprise Bitcoin browser or whatever the fuck else can magically show up in your repo without anyone committing. But Zio Inc., thank you for the follow. Welcome. Hopefully you're doing well. Sign commits. Well, fortunately we had branch protection, so it couldn't have ended up on the primary branch. But it is still terrifying for it to end up on a random side branch out of nowhere. But yeah. But anyway, that's why I don't like GitLab. Also because it is a royal fucking pain in the ass to manage yourself, and so many places that I've been at have been like, yeah, we're gonna save money on GitHub by hosting our own GitLab, and it's like, oh, all right, I'm gonna switch teams so I don't have to manage that pile of garbage. Oh, it's such a fucking pain in the ass to run it too. Anyway, yeah, GitLab. You can host GitLab yourself. True, if you want to. Nobody wants to though. Rainy Day Tomorrow says this is a known issue. No, it's behaving as expected. The user interface is misleading. That's also like half of GitLab's response to things. You open up the pull request page or merge request page because it's different on GitLab, and there's just so many buttons. They're fucking everywhere. It's so distracting from what you actually want to get done. Like, you maybe use like 2 of them on a day-to-day basis, but no, you got like, deploy to a Kubernetes cluster. I don't even have Kubernetes hooked up. Why would you put that button there? It's just like it's and I know they have product managers, which is the fucked up thing, but it's what I imagine would happen if you didn't have product managers and you just had like engineers being like, yeah, just put every feature on one page. Although maybe they have product managers that think that's a good idea. I don't know. DL says, I have some friends who work at the Big O and they use every system but GitHub. Nice. Camille says, Gitolite is quite nice for anything I need, especially with my own scripts. Yeah, I mean, Gitolite is just a server. You don't have there's no web UI. Fine. And actually says their DB data model is actually quite sound. I assume this is a joke because do you remember when they lost, like, they had like massive data loss? I guess they've probably fixed that since then. There being GitLab. But It tries to do too much. Yeah, and do you remember they fucking live streamed trying to recover it? I want to say it was on Justin TV. I want to say it was before Twitch was Twitch. Although I might be misremembering. But I do remember watching the GitLab recovery live stream. And it was just like a bunch of beardy folks trying to get things back online. Oh, that was only 2017. Okay, never mind. It was on Twitch then. But yeah, wild times. Good day to not be on GitLab. Anyway, browser coin, enterprise browser coin, for the best minoring of all minoring. Okay, this is predictable. I definitely called that this was going to fail. And I just need to quote it, so not so bad. I was pretty sure that was gonna happen, so I'm glad I tried it before blindly slapping a schlex on it. Next, quote this. Yeah. Is the chat in the terminal script open source? It is. If you do bang bot, read the code for it, and the bot will tell you to read the code for it. It's Camila, are you ready for this? It's not actually nano. It's way worse. It is something, an entirely different beast. I say it's worse, but I think it's better. Look, you can actually quit it like Vim. Ah, damn it. Fuck, now it is Vim. You got me. Great timing on the Vim bits there, D-Dolls. Yeah, chat can force my editor to be Vim. But this is actually Babby. It's a text editor that I wrote from scratch. Yeah. It's not Nano, it's not Linux, it's not a window manager. This is Anthony Gaslight's chat, SMH. I mean, there is a window manager, it's just manual. It is Linux, it's just in a VM. It truly is not Nano, that's actually correct. I just can't unfuck my brain from muscle memory. Do you have any idea of how many users Babby has? No, but it's more than you would expect. I know of at least 3 people that use it every day. But I assume there's a lot more. It's actually very, very convenient to use because you can basically install it anywhere Python is. What the fuck is all of this shit? Pip install babies? What the fuck is Babigo? Translate model, I don't know. But you can kind of estimate it by the PyPI stats. It's not that many downloads, but 2,000 downloads a month means at least somebody's using it. Why did I write Babby? You can check out that video, which goes into details about why I wrote Babby. But yeah, some people are using it. Though some of these are a little suspect. Like, I don't expect any Python 3.6. The null is definitely bots, so who knows? But I mean, most of these downloads are bots. But I know some other people use it. I don't care if people use it or not. I wrote it for myself, and it does what I want for me. So yeah. Words. Okay, so I'm just gonna let this auto merge, and I'm gonna update the values here because that way someone else doesn't have to do it. I wish I had set up all repos because I could have checked all my, but I haven't. They haven't. Sonder TV says, "Hey Anthony, I'm creating a GitHub action that uses PyPI stats to make a nice fancy chart badge that devs can use to show the files in README. Is that helpful? Would anyone use it?" Not just a badge, it creates a mermaid chart as well, more detail. I mean, I'm sure someone would use it. I feel like there's all sorts of badges and READMEs that people seem to like. I don't know. I'm not much of a fan of just random badges for badges' sake. You'll also definitely want to check with PyPI stats, unless you run PyPI stats, but you'll want to make sure that you're not abusing their APIs in whatever way. Why is there a search highlighted? Oh, because I clicked on this? Oh yeah, and then GitHub was helpfully showing me. Please, there one up here. Oh, there's so many scroll wheels. So many scroll. Anyway. Anyway, not that one. This one. Commit or recommit. That's why I should have done it. Recommit. No, not that one. That one or that one. This one. And push. Push. That one, that one, that one. Non-deprecated stages names. Stages names to the non-deprecated. Oh, there was another part of this, wasn't there? That reminds me. Recommend for hook authors to also set minimum pre-commit version to this version. Yeah. So when was the first part of this done? March of 2023. So what commit? 320. Right. Yeah. So wrong with the PyPI stats APIs? No, I just like make sure you're not. I didn't even know they had an API. Just like make sure you're. Oh, they do have an API. I guess like etiquette. This bit. If you plan on using the API to download historical data for every Python package of the database, don't. Yeah. But anyway. Package has some issues? I don't know. Anything. So each of these we have to set minimum pre-commit version to 0.0. I don't actually know if that works or if it's too late. It might be too late. Version do we have here? Depends if we downgrade and then pre-commit try repo dot file. Get an error and not. Yeah, this unfortunate. I'm pretty sure I fixed it. Oh. Yeah, so I added this first, but I'm pretty sure I reordered this in a commit after this, so it doesn't actually help. It doesn't actually help because it produces an error immediately. I guess it's at least useful for documentation's sake, but oh, actually, you know what it is. Wait, no, that should work. Right? Let's took to. Yeah. So it's too late because uh this change didn't land until 3.6. So setting it in here is purely documentation and not actually helpful. You've worked on the package? Cool. I have only used the website. Yeah, so that value there doesn't help. Change this to 320 and do try repo again. All of the hooks. Sense. This is more likely to break people, but it's been a fucking year and a half since I made the introduction, so waited long enough. But they will get an error message. They won't get the good error message because that didn't come till later. Man, I wish I would have done it in the other order. If only I had only I had the forethought years ago in introducing this feature to do it first rather than last. But I work a lot. Always want to know your thoughts and feedback on one of my tools. It actually helps you create GitHub actions using Python. I'm its only user. Really hard to spread the word and showcase open source projects. It's true. I've written a bunch of actions in Python. The annoying thing is GitHub doesn't give you a good way to bootstrap things without Docker, and as soon as you're running it, oh, it's a chip of the copper. I guess this is slowly going to wear out over time, which is unfortunate because it is very satisfying to flick this pen. Oh, it's Docker based? Yeah. The problem with Docker is you have like a huge overhead to getting anything bootstrapped. Making it shell based would make it even faster. Yeah, I have written a few. What is one that is an example? Right action, I think. All right, job. Nope, this isn't JavaScript. Oh wait, no, it's JavaScript that runs Python, but it has no dependencies. So Pawn OX80. I just think it's funny to pronounce Owen as pawn. Get pwned, noob. Why is this not done? How is this CI? Oh, it's. So I should recommend check out the thing. I gotta spend points for that, Sadra. I don't do code reviews without points, but I assume it's cool. I gotta go to bed pretty soon because I gotta wake up early for running club. But let's add that. Where is the thing? And recommit 0. This can be misinterpreted because this can be interpreted as put this in your config. You know what? Fuck it. I'm just not gonna include it because it's not actually helpful in this case. Yeah. 89 stars mass. That is quite a few. Inkoforo says, would you change your stack to another language? Do you like another language like you like Python? You're assuming I like Python. Dude, all languages suck. I just happen to know more Python than in most other things. Like, I'd probably say there was definitely a time where I knew C# as well as I knew Python. There was a time where I knew C++ as well as I knew Python. And like kept up with all the new stuff and blah blah blah. But Trugs. I know I really like C#. I wish I got more chances to write it, but it seems to only be in Enterprise. Hey Rye, thank you for the bits. Appreciate it. It all makes the ones and zeros do stuff and things. It's true. It's true. I remember when Anthony knew Java as well as he knew Rust. I have written way more Java than Rust, but that's probably true that I probably know about as much Java as Rust right now. I probably know more Rust. Not asking for a Viva, just see how it works. It's also executable locally, so you can run your action locally before deploying it. I started with C#. Love Java-like languages. I hate Java, says Camila. The duality. Okay, anyway, I think we're gonna wrap up for today. Unclear how to install prerequisites. Not search. Help. I have a pretty simple REST app that has a cargo.toml. Okay. I would not use that repo. That repository is recorded on CI. It's language system, which generally is at your own support. Would need to find a language roast. Alternatively, you can use precommit CI Lite. Runs on GitHub Actions, and then you can do whatever provisioning you want. I blame Eclipse. Hey, Eclipse wasn't that bad. Baby Slim says, what type of games are you working on currently? I don't really write games. I've been playing some Pokemon Go. I've been playing some Pokemon. Scarlet and Violet. I am got like very few shiny Pokemon left. And the last so here, let me show you what off topic. There's this Pokemon called Vivillon. And Vivillon has 20 forms. And I've already gotten all of the Vivillon forms shiny, except for the Pokeball pattern, which currently cannot be obtained and also cannot be shiny. So I have all of these shiny. It turns out the pre-evolutions of Vivillon, despite them all having the same sprite, internally have a different form. So I am now collecting all of Spupa for every form and every Scatterbug of every form shiny, even though technically their form is only internal and not exposed. Just a very completionist mindset here to catch every shiny in every form. But, Oh no, it's all good, Baby Slim. Yeah, no, software and game dev, like some people are software, some people are game dev, and it's kind of jammed together. Way back when I originally started, the category was called programming, and then it changed, and then it was science and technology, and we yelled for years at Twitch, bring back the programming category, and they eventually were like, how about we call it live coding? And everyone was like, absolutely not, that name fucking sucks. And so they settled on software and game development, which, like, I don't know, good enough. I'm the first half, not the last half. I guess I could write a game, but I don't. Anyway, that's gonna wrap us up for today. My name is Anthony. I upload educational content to my YouTube channel at youtube.com/ oh, I can't spell. youtube.com/ anthonywritescode. Ah, D-Dels beat me to it. Perfect. So yeah, go subscribe to my YouTube channel. That's where I post my videos. This one is a pretty good one. This is probably one of the craziest things I've ever recorded. So yes, I know it's an hour long, but it's good. It's worth it. Watch it. If you missed any part of the stream VODs go up on the second channel at anthonywritescode-vods. They don't end up on Twitch because of DMCA shenanigans. So go subscribe there as well. And if you missed any part of the stream, you can join. Wait, no, that's not the right words. If you want to catch future streams, I announce them on the Discord, which you are free to join and come hang out with us. So go join the Discord. Yeah, that's gonna wrap us up today.